How's it going, everyone? It is September 25th, 2019, and it is time for the weekly update. This week, one of the things that I'm writing on is about one of my patients that I had a while ago. Um, he was a stroke patient, a stroke victim who was, when I came to his house for the first time, it wasn't a house actually, it was a trailer. And I went into this trailer. First thing that hit me was the smell of strong dog urine, dog feces. Uh, Hoarder's trailer. His wife met me at the door. His wife was most likely strung out on pain meds, and she took me to the back. She pointed me to the back room where her husband was staying. Pointed me down the hallway. So I walked down the hall, walk over, the broken doggy gate, and past just a pile of magazines stacked up along the sides of the trailer wall. I get down there and enter into his room, and there's a man laying on a uh, basically an empty bed with he's just in a diaper, and he can't move the entire left side of his body. I mean, he's got a little bit of movement, but for the most part, no movement whatsoever. And I worked with this guy, and it was just really interesting. He had this, I don't know, like a piece about him that I can't really understand. This stroke happened 4 years ago. So we have a man who, 4 years and counting from the point that I saw him, has been laying in this back bedroom in a diaper. And the changing of this diaper, probably quite infrequently. I learned from another therapist that worked with him too, where it was something that didn't always happen. He had to learn how to dispose of his own waste along the side of his bed. And he was doing this for 4 years. And yet there was something about him that he had this, I don't know really know how to explain it other than there was a peacefulness in this room where it just made me just marvel at this man. I looked at my life and I had to take a step back, and it almost like I almost welled up a little bit when I was leaving the trailer and getting into my car at how I complain about things that are going on in my life, and how I am often just ungrateful for everything that I have. And yet, here's this man who it appears that he has so little, and yet he still has this element of peace about him. And it's always important to look at a perspective and look at your own in comparison to somebody else's, and to ask, are the things that I'm really struggling with, are the things that I say are just unbearable, that I can't deal with any longer, are they really issues when you compare them to somebody else, when you see somebody who's truly got struggles and truly has issues? It reminded me of a chapter in Philippians. Philippians, the Apostle Paul, he talks about how he's learned the secret of being content, whether in plenty or in want. And the interesting thing is, it truly is a secret. Not everybody has it. You look at, there's wealthy people that, we got Robin Williams, we got Chris Cornell, we got Kate Spade, the fashion business owner. These people who have accomplished so much and have done so much for our society, yet something within them said that the answer that they ultimately came down to for themselves, was they wanted to end their lives rather than continue on with what they had. And it's a secret. There's a secret to being content, and there's a secret to being rich versus living richly. Let me show you this book that I'm reading right now. This book is so powerful and awesome. This book right here, I recommend it to anyone and everyone. This is a book that my cousin gave me. Love you, cousin, here's the book. It's called Lovable. It's by a guy named Kelly Flanagan. Kelly Flanagan. The book is called Lovable. In it, he talks about how to basically understand all of the things that you have to be grateful for and to listen to the voice inside that it's always been there. And over years of maybe going through life and having life beat you down and having life tell you that you aren't good enough until, or you aren't good enough unless. He's saying that there's a voice inside that if you get quiet and you listen for it, it will tell you, yes, you are. And we all want to know that. We all want to know that we are loved, that we are lovable. And there's something deep within our hearts that are yearning for it. This guy, he talks about how it's legit. It's for real. And, I'm unprepared. I wish I would have, marked the spot where he talks about living richly in here. And basically understanding what you have versus what you don't have. Focusing on that. Focusing on gratitude and what gratitude can do for your perspective. I talked about Caroline Leaf last week. Caroline Leaf is a neuroscientist, and she's been studying for 30 plus years in the field of neuroscience. And they've done studies that the research shows that when you practice gratitude, when you practice joy, when you practice the art of love, our cells, down to the individual cell level, are wired for it. So you have two options at any given time. You've got the option where you can live your life by looking at what you have, and then with that knowledge of what you have, you can say, wow, thank you for all of this. I'm grateful for everything that I have. Or you can look at it and say, okay, I've got this, but I don't have this yet. And until I have this, it is unacceptable. Life is unacceptable. That's not the secret. That's not the secret of being content. The secret of being content means that you come to terms with your reality as it is, and you say, I'm not taking another step further where I'm going to wallow in self-pity or anger or bitterness, because the very emotions that you're wallowing in are the things that are making your reality suck. So, to cure a sucky reality that's filled with emotions such as fear, doubt, worry, anxiety, bitterness, depression, you don't engage in more of those things. You must say, I refuse to listen to these emotions and voices anymore for allowing me to come to the spot emotionally and mentally that I really want to be at. The way that you get there is by doing the opposite. Start with loving yourself. Start with gratitude and being grateful for what you do have. You know, after seeing that guy in that room, I had to say, wow, this is what he's dealing with. But every day that I wake up and get out of my bed on 2 feet. Every day I can get out of my bedroom on my own. Every day I can go outside and see the beauty that is before me. Every day I get to see multiple people that can bring me joy. And even if there's people out there that I have struggles with in interacting with, they are still different than laying in a room and being able to do anything else. This man, I believe he found the secret to being content. I don't know how he got there. I give major props to him, and I pray for him, and I see him as a hero to me. And he might not ever realize what kind of an impact he did have on somebody, but he did have one on me. And, Jesus talks about the greatest in the kingdom of heaven are the humble. They are the poor in spirit. They are the ones that are going to see God in his pure form. They're going to have the kingdom of heaven. And this man is one of the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. So, my challenge today, I guess, and through this week as I've been writing, and hopefully I'll have something that I can put up soon in regards to this. My challenge is find that secret to contentment. Find that gratefulness, that gratitude, that for all of the things that you've got going on in your life that maybe you don't normally want to, I guess, be thankful for. Be grateful for them. Step into a new phase of mindset where it's one where it's full of optimism and not full of pessimism and doubt and despair. Feel free to continue following me. I'd love to have you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. These are, again, all going to be videos where I'm just giving you guys updates on what is happening in my life, and I'm super stoked about it. My YouTube channel, Facebook, all of those things, they are all going to be leading up to promotion for the book that I'm writing that's going to talk a lot about this. And I am currently working on some music. I've got somebody that's going to be coming in a couple weeks to help me record some vocals for it. I'm pretty stoked about that. And we are going to see what happens. So until next week, you guys be good. I love y'all. Bye.